wrestling fans, welcome back to another full hour of Worldwide Wrestling. I'm your host, Rich Landrum, and we've got some more of the superstars from the National Wrestling Alliance. Give you a brief rundown on some of the matches. Got a lot of tag team action coming up. First, Herb Gallant and Johnny Weaver go up against Ernie Ladd and John Studd, two giants of men. But I think Johnny Weaver's experience, Herb Gallant's youth and aggressiveness could be an important factor. The big Swede Hansen goes up against none other than the U.S. heavyweight champion Ricky Steamboat, and then more tag team action. Pedro Morales and Steve Regal take on Baron von Ratchka and #1 Paul Jones. Then Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, takes on Nick DiCarlo, and topping off the main event card, more tag team action when the unpredictable Brute Bernard and Frank Monty team up to take on the World Tag Team Champions Paul Orndorff and Jimmy Snuka. The wrestlers for the first match are already up in the ring, so let's go up to the ring for the introductions. First, from Canada, at 228 pounds, Herb Gallant. His partner from Indianapolis at 233 pounds, the ever-popular Johnny Weaver. Their opponents, first from Texas at 315 pounds, Ernie Ladd. And his partner from Los Angeles at 325 pounds, Big John Studd. We'll be back to get the action underway in just a moment. Starting off the action in the first tag team main event, Johnny Weaver in up against Big Ernie Ladd. Hopefully, Johnny Weaver's experience is going to take the toll over the giant Ernie Ladd. Good reversal there by Johnny Weaver as a switch arm. And a reversal again. Ladd makes it to the ropes, which will call for a break. Referee Sonny Fargo calls for the break as he steps through the ropes, and a clean break from Johnny Weaver. Nice arm drag by Weaver, takes the big giant cat down. Ernie Ladd, of course, former NFL football star. Giant of a man, 7 feet tall, 315 pounds. Ladd from Houston, Texas, picks Weaver up, slams him over into the turnbuckle, makes a tag to equally as large John Studd. John Studd, 6'9", 335 pounds. From Los Angeles, California. Backs Weaver over into the ropes. Get a clean break. Takes a swing and misses. Now Stud down on his back, and that's the way you're going to have to handle a big man like Stud or Ladd. Keep him down, off balance, work on one part of the body, and that's what Johnny Weaver's been doing. His partner on the outside, of course, Herb Gallant. Hip toss. Stud with an elbow drop, and Weaver moves out of the way in the nick of time. Another arm drag. Johnny Weaver from Indianapolis, Indiana, makes the tag now to Herb Gallant, who's from New Brunswick, Canada, 5'11", 228 pounds. Started wrestling when he was trained by one of the K brothers, backed into the ropes, whipped across the ring. Leapfrogs over John Stud. Arm drag, and now Stud again down on his back. Herb Gallant's astrological sign is Scorpio. His favorite hold is a shoulder stretch. Weaver in after the tag, goes back to work on the arm of John Stud. Another tag, switching in and out. Weaver and Gallant working well together as a tag team. Another tag as Stud makes it to his feet. They continue to work on the arm. Over in the corner there. Weaver back to the rope. Stud whips him across. Oh, Johnny was waiting on that. He said, oh no, he wasn't going to run into that shoulder tackle from Stud. Man the size of Stud with a tackle like that. Weaver goes back to work on the arm, makes the tag. Herb Gallant back in. Knee drop. Gallant whipped across, tossed the over. Stomp right to the back. Now the giant cat, Ernie Ladd in. Picks Gallant high in the air. Just literally drops him, and Gallant's now in trouble. Shoulder tackle. Now Gallant trying to shake the cobwebs out. Slow getting to his feet. Ladd literally helps him up. Whips him across. That time Gallant, head clear enough, just hangs on to the ropes to keep from running back into Ernie Ladd. Gallant fighting back. Tag to Johnny Weaver. Whips the big giant across. Backdrop, and that takes a lot of strength to backdrop Ernie Ladd. Knee lift. Ladd whipped into the turnbuckle. That size 16 boot right up to the shoulder and side of the head of Johnny Weaver as Weaver came charging in. Now over into the boot of John Stud. Now Weaver desperately needs to make a tag. Knee right to the midsection. He's being double teamed. Elbow drop this time. Weaver not moving out of the way in time. Count of two from referee Sonny Fargo. He scampers to his corner, makes the tag. Gallant's fresh, he's in. He comes in swinging up against John Stud. Stud holds on, and Gallant, off balance, falls on the back of his neck and the small of his back. Stud up off the ropes. Knee drop down across his back. Gallant's back already in trouble. Picks him up by the hair. High in the air. Body slams him. Gallant still showing some signs of life, but the punches just don't seem to have a sting. That punch, though, takes the wind out of Gallant. Forearm down across the stem. Some type of signaling between Ladd and Stud. They were holding up two fingers and saying number 2. Perhaps some type of code they've worked out. Stud has Gallant up. What's he gonna do with him? Atomic drop. Vicious atomic drop. Gallant was held in the air there for several seconds. Seemed like an eternity to him, I'm sure. Tag, Ernie Ladd in. Picks up Gallant by the throat. Referee Sonny Fargo counting an out-and-out chokehold as he throws him hard to the mat. All of his weight down across Herb Gallant's chest and throat. That's it, the count of 3. Ernie Ladd pins Herb Gallant. The winners in tag team action, Ernie Ladd and John Stud. We're going to take a look at that again in instant replay and see exactly what happened. There you see Herb Gallant up in that chokehold. Referee Sonny Fargo counting on Ladd. He throws him hard to the mat. Backs up. All of his weight up in the air and down across the chest and throat of Herb Gallant. After that, it was a simple matter of a cover. And 1, 2, 3. The winners, Ernie Ladd and John Studd.
Let's take time out for these commercial messages about the worldwide wrestling events coming up in your area.
U.S. heavyweight champion Ricky Steamboat joining me now. And Rick, you picked up a real good nickname, Hawaiian Punch, lately, and you're going to need it up against Swede Hansen because he's going to punch it out with you if he gets a chance.
That's correct. I guess everybody knows the legendary Swede Hansen. The man is a legend in this area. He's been in and out and proven himself time and time again. He's have a long list of victories and a lot of impressive wins over very, very capable wrestlers that have either gone on to continue further their wrestling career, or after he's finished wrestling, they've gone into retirement.
Yes, very true.
That's true.
But you know, talking about tough opponents and tough contenders, of course, your ex-partner, Paul Jones, self-proclaimed #1.
Yeah.
He's been hot on your trail, particularly after that belt that you have. And then, of course, we had the dream match on here where he goaded you into putting up that U.S. belt. But we caught him in the act that time and had to return the belt when he defeated you.
That's correct, Richard. You know, of all the times that him and I have been partners together on television and throughout the country wrestling with each other, he has never, ever once in his whole wrestling career had to refrain to go as low as to pull tights to try and win a match or try to win a championship belt. I never anticipated this. I never even thought of him doing this, and he did a beautiful counter move when I tried to roll him up.
Very nice reversal.
And I can't stand here and say that if he needed to pull the tights or this and that, but it kept me from kicking out. But I'm just glad with the magic of television nowadays, the instant replay.
That's right.
I'm able to once more stand up here, and hopefully another week will go by in which I'll be able to stand up here again to be the U.S. champion and tell the people all the thanks and for their support. But as you know, Richard, each week goes by, each match comes along, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher.
There's no question about it.
Well, the competition, they've got new stars that come into this area. They've got good professional wrestlers all across the country that are gaining more and more experience and gaining more and more wrestling capabilities, and it's showing and it's proving. Because I'll tell you one thing, each one of my matches with a U.S. belt on the line, it seems to get harder and harder and harder.
Oh, there's no question. You know, when you're at the top, you got to be expected that people are going to try to knock you off. Thank you, Ricky.
Okay, thank you very much, Richard.
We will be back following these commercial messages.